his picture shows up as someone I may know. And so Facebook had figured out that we knew each other. And I tried to retrace how this was possible, and I found out that when he entered my phone number in his iPhone, it went to a database that suggested we knew each other, which fed back to Facebook, which led to his picture showing up on my page. You know, so in both these instances, an organization which attempts to be confidential and maintain privacy, and in which that is essential. People aren't going to come to Alcoholics Anonymous if they think it's going to be broadcast, or if they think that their problem is going to be widely known. In both these cases, that barrier had been compromised.
So we all sort of sense that these things are happening, and I think, you know, like you said, like a lot of us feel that the paranoia must not be warranted, surely. But as we learn, you know, from the things you've been telling us and the things that we start to learn about businesses and Apple and Amazon and all these other companies, some of our paranoia is indeed warranted. And what about the government? That, it seems like people have almost given up on it. Like, they're like, yep, the government's listening in.
Here's the thing.
In 1 mile, keep left, then keep left.
And by paranoid, I mean, if you are not highly sensitive to the notion that more is going on than you realize, you're crazy. Now, without Edward Snowden, we would not even have the foggiest sense of a whole range of programs that are being aimed at us. Programs like X-Keyscore, which can read our keyboard entries remotely. Programs that automatically and remotely turn on our laptop camera to watch us. All these things would be unknown to us if it weren't for this one guy. Well, how much has happened since he came out? How many new techniques, new programs have been started? We have no idea.
Keep left,
you have
then
to be
keep
paranoid
left.
when you know that someone is operating secretly to take an advantage over you, and you have no way into that process, and we don't.
And you wanted to see, actually, physically,
Keep
where
left.
the government is keeping a lot of this data. And can you tell me about your trip to Utah?
Yeah, so I got it in mind that this privacy issue, this issue of surveillance,
Continue
is all
en
very
route.
abstract. You know, it's in the cloud, literally in the cloud, in the sense that the computing cloud that we see referred to, but never can actually touch, holds a lot of this information. So I drove down to Utah with a friend to the NSA's recently completed multi-billion-dollar data center, the place where it is guessed by those who know a thing or two. They store all the information that is collected by these various programs, and will store it for decades to come. It's a very sort of spooky, monolithic set of buildings on a big hillside outside Salt Lake City. And I and this friend at night crept through a snowy field to get as close to it as possible. Why? What could be learned? Only this, that nothing could be learned, that it is opaque, that it is a black box on a hill. But what's amazing about it is that all our information, which we think is almost infinite, can fit in a shockingly small set of buildings. A set of buildings about the size of maybe the Mall of America in Minneapolis can hold the next 5 decades of human internet and technological transactions in its server.